From loan scams to those sneaky subscriptions and even the growing love for cheaper dupes, many of us are finding new ways to try and stretch a dollar while also dodging the traps that can often come with it. As we do every Tuesday, let's welcome back to the show consumer expert Morgan Ward. Morgan, great to have you with us. So, okay, we have all seen those pre-approved messages pop up, especially when we're talking about loans. So I guess the big question is, what are the telltale signs that these loan offers are scams versus something that we might actually want to look into?
Yeah, we're getting about 134 million robocalls a day, so people are dealing with this constantly. A lot of the telltale signs are things like it's a very specific number amount. Oftentimes it's $52,000. Also, there's a sense of urgency in the individual wanting you to call them back. So they're trying to get you to commit without having a lot of time to think about it. And lastly, it's this very specific kind of voice. Now, the reason that these scams have increased is because it's now so cheap with AI to get access to consumers and also to record these voices. They're very hard to discern. 40% of people can't even tell the difference, but they're often these sort of taped voices that sound a little bit different than normal human voices. Those are the telltale signs.
Yeah, and that was going to be my next question. AI has really just made it even harder to differentiate what's real and what's not. So what's the best way that we can protect ourselves and our families, especially when it comes to our personal information?
Yeah, the rule of thumb is if you didn't apply, don't reply, essentially. So if this isn't something that you asked for, then don't engage in it. A few things you can do: block unknown callers. Android and iPhone both enable you to do that. And also call back the bank directly from numbers that you can see online. So don't respond to their phone number. Make sure that you have a verified phone number. And then, of course, pause before you commit to anything, because urgency is not your friend, but it is theirs.
Okay, Morgan, I want to ask you about this because we're seeing more shoppers proudly switching over to a lot of store brands. Is this a trend, or is this something that we're just seeing more families try to do to beat inflation? Especially, I wonder, when does it become sort of a dupe? Or are you saving money? Because oftentimes, you know, quality could be different, or even safety.
Yeah, no, these are great questions. So there's been a huge increase in dupes because, as we've talked about, there's, all this concern in the marketplace about future earnings and whether you'll have a job. So people are turning to oftentimes private label products in grocery stores and really across the board, in clothing and perfumes and snacks and toys. And really what the defining characteristic of a dupe is that it performs and has the benefits of a name brand product. So it's not a counterfeit, but it does some of the same things. But as you said, in the past, these products oftentimes haven't been as good at those performances. So you do want to double check and make sure that these products will perform the same function, especially in the world of food or vitamins, that kind of thing. However, I will say that retailers are really working on increasing the quality of the products that they're offering as dupes, because they understand that consumers need this right now, and it's a profit center for them.
Absolutely. Hey, before you go, I do want to ask you about something I think a lot of us probably deal with, and that is subscriptions. We look on our phone and we're getting billed for different things we've signed up for. How can we track what we're actually spending each month on those subscriptions, and at what point does the convenience of subscribing stop saving time and slowly start to drain our wallets?
Yeah, no, it's so important. Subscriptions seem cost effective in the short term, but if you do the math, sometimes over a 12 or 24 month period, these subscriptions are much more expensive than buying something outright. And the interesting thing is that brands are increasing the kinds of products you get subscriptions to, everything from car subscriptions to printer subscriptions. So we're doing it more and more, and there is a benefit because you have this just-in-time situation where if you need it, it's right there. You might get insurance for things, but as you said, there can be a high cost of these things, and we have to do the math before we commit.
It all adds up as we are all trying to save a dollar here and there. Morgan, we always appreciate you joining us here in The Take. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.